guess this is still part 4, but I'll probably call it part 5. And I have to, I'm just putting heat on my back. I have to delete each video before I put another one up because I haven't got enough storage on my phone. And yeah, totally off topic, or not really. But yeah, the fact that all my devices have been hacked. So is my bank. And yeah, I've had some pretty substantial amounts come out that can't be accounted for, and it's very hard to chase up when that happens. So, you know, once again, we don't have a lot of power in that way, and this is basically where we're at now, you know, from what I can gather is there's change, you know, happening. Things that don't happen instantly and don't happen overnight, but people changing like their mindsets and empowering themselves a little bit more instead of just going along blindly, particularly with the masses. Because when you are the one that stands out like a sore thumb and speaks up and goes, hang on, no, this don't seem right, everybody turns around and points the finger at you. So yeah, in my experience, it's not, it's never been the place to be, but it should be, you know, and I'm grateful that I was that person. And yeah, we need more of that to kind of shift things and turn things around, because I would have never sat here and kind of said that kind of thing when I was younger, until I had Jet, and things just really changed, you know, like my mindset, even though I was a kid once. And I don't know, I really don't think you have to be a parent to want to see change, and to want to see, even if you are a young person, to want to see that you know, can go forth and do the things that you want to do without being hindered, without being told that you can't, without being constricted or suppressed. So, or feel safe, you know, which is basically like one of the most basic needs for a person, is to feel safe. And obviously I don't, but I'm not concerned. I'm a 48-year-old woman who has cheated death so many times, and thrown down after I physically cheated death, and then I want to say spiritual, but it's really not the right thing, energetic attacks started as well. So yeah, not wavering in my confidence in myself in that way. So that's pissed them off, like massively, and really pissed them off. So I could not give a fuck. Like, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to do. And I don't think they saw me coming. So yeah, I still in the process, just trying to vocalize and clear out my throat chakra. I'm basically a hermit, so I don't have contact with anyone. Everyone's just like walked away basically once this you know, started happening. And some of them people do know the truth about what's happened to us, and This is the other thing. I suspect, and I always choose my words so carefully because, you know, when someone tries to quote you, you want to be damn sure that you kind of got the words right. And yeah, I'm really funny with that kind of thing. So I suspect that there may be people that actually know that this shit happened that are actually lying and speaking out on me, like throwing dirt on my name. And it's really irrelevant to me either way, because the truth is the truth and it can be seen energetically. So if you have put yourself in that position, it's really not a good place to be. Which is why my conscience is clear. And you have to, well, I don't like saying that. That sounds a little bit, you have to. For me, I have to, it was important to know that my conscience is clear and I've aligned with the truth. I'm only about the facts. I'm going to tell my story regardless, and pretty damn disgraceful if you've lied about this, and it is going to catch up to you. So, you know, people don't understand that I've been quietened for so long through, you know, all the shit that's been thrown at me to keep me silent and not let me get to this point. But I'm just gonna try and move this up. So yeah, there might be moments where I would love to put out a video directing it at these people, because this is not the general populace that I'm speaking to in such a manner, like direct manner. Obviously, putting this video out, knowing that these people are going to be following it and going to be watching it, and are probably watching me right now, is fueling, you know, that kind of energy. And there is not a person alive, I don't care how cool and calm and enlightened you are, if you'd lived this kind of experience, there's going to be stuff to work through, okay? There just is, because there's a great deal of pain, and you do not, you just don't brush pain off your shoulder. So, yeah, this is why there's sharp, you know, moments where I'm really holding back. No one's gonna, like, you know, comment or connect with me. No one has over the years, because obviously I can't talk to anyone. My doctor was actually threatened, and that was an eye-opener, that I can't go and see anybody, because they're going to be onto that. So I've gone in for a doctor's appointment and pull up in the car park. There's a police cruiser, whatever you call them, in the car park. I didn't really think much of it at the time. I went in for my appointment, and it's a really long hall. It's kind of weird to go down to the doctor's office. So we're walking down this hall, she's walking in front of me and I'm walking behind. And just as I pass, like, this door on the left, this last door before we get to her office, yeah, I felt this immense energy in there. And I don't mean like this was an immense energetic being or anything, like a person with full-blown energy. I mean, I felt the focus on me, whether it was one or two people, just that amplification focused on me. I felt it coming through the door. That's the kind of stuff I mean when I talk about being an empathic psychic, like little things like that. So we get into her office, and I'm discussing what I need to with her, and of course I never divulged all the details with her, but I was trying to get help at that point. Like, maybe I could go and see a counselor or a psychologist, and that would be, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what I was thinking. Like, maybe I would fill that out, see where they're at, see how much I could divulge. I don't know. I don't even know why. But so I'm sitting there, and like I said, never gave out too much detail. I just said I'd been through a traumatic situation and there was abuse involved. And I sort of mentioned something along those lines again when she brought up, you know, how I was going. So she indicated to me, which was really strange, by swinging around her computer screen so that I could see it. And something that was never, I don't know if I want to, I don't know if it's important for me to bring up these details actually, but yeah, let's just say that it became very clear to me in that moment that I wasn't going to get any help. And yeah, these people will basically threaten children, and you're going to be quiet, right? So, which is part of the problem here, and this is why this keeps happening. And you know, I don't feel like I'm overstepping, because it's incredibly painful what's happened to my son. And just saying the words "my son" doesn't seem to even grasp what a parent feels for their child. Yeah, my son is in this position, and not only does he not even know, he hasn't even been acknowledged. Even worse, you know, he gets attacked because of me. You know, whether it's people talking about, oh, your mum's this, your mum's that. How do you think that makes a 13-year-old boy feel? And first of all, being not true, and the actual truth is even worse. But that makes me sick. It actually makes me sick when he has to put up with that, or when we'd go out and people would stare. And this isn't a light-hearted, like, oh, I'm a celebrity kind of thing. This is disgusting. This is like hate projecting, misplaced, by the way. And so yeah, I don't know how I got onto that, but I don't think anyone's going to comment. But I would really, you know, obviously welcome the discussion, because in the shadows and in the darkness is where these people just fester, you know. And when we don't speak about it, they fucking love it, and they're sitting back laughing. And initially they were saying stuff like, no one's going to believe her. No one is ever going to believe that that happened, or that this kind of person was involved, or that, you know, you notice the moments where things get tighter. So this isn't easy, trying to deliver even words. But yeah, like there's certain moments where, yeah, you know, and I'm all over the shot because I really wanted to start at the beginning and get to the end where all this stuff's happened now and people think they know who I am, and there's all this slander, and I don't even know who these people are. And that would probably be a bit of information that would be pretty helpful. But yeah, where is the discussion here? And if there is anybody in support of me, they're not physically, because I'm all on my own here. So, and might I add, there's no support that I need, okay? My son needs the support, kids need support. Like, I'm a 48-year-old woman and I have beat their ass repeatedly. So the fact that people are kind of overlooking what this is about and who's involved is really shocking. And yeah, like I said, I'm way open to being questioned. I know I know this sounds insane, right? Because this is still happening. But like I said, you're not going to stop me from speaking, even if they're trying to break my back. And I don't know what that vertebrae is called, but yeah, there's some serious stuff going on back there. And it's not just the fact that there's like targeting at a massive level, like hundreds if not thousands, when you talk about like Satanists or I don't even know what these people would call themselves really, but yeah, it's not just one person in their garage. It's probably going to get difficult now. It's at 18. Just want to think about what I wanted to relay in this one. So yeah, back at the house after all this transpired, and I got out of that place. Went to stay with my father in his back room, and there were some horrible events that took place while I was there as well. It's where it's where I witnessed my psychic's death. And yeah, some real horrible stuff. Okay, yeah, this is gonna get difficult. My mind's just like gone completely blank. But yeah, everything like that they throw at me, it's really only training me and only making me stronger, which is why I'm here, why I've got to this point. If you know me, which no one ever did anyway, being an introvert, you don't let people close to you very often. And you do tend to put on like a bit of a I'm okay facade, like yeah, hey, like, and it's all fine, and a smile and everything, and but you really feel a lot like from people. So yeah, it's getting difficult now. I might have to stop here and pick up, and I'm not going to stop. I am not going to stop. And if you've been part of this story, then it is going to be repeated, because that's where we're at now. And this needs to come out. This needs to be done. At this point, I'm not even sure, like, if I'm getting through to people. And okay, yeah. See, I wouldn't have said that. This is ridiculous. Let me just make it clear, I'm not trying to get through to anybody. I'm standing up for my son and what's happened to him and what's happened to us. And I just really do want to clear something else up too, because although the only people I know of that I've witnessed that I know of been responsible for the trafficking of my son in 2017 were 2 police officers, and obviously my ex-partner. And yeah, I'm not going to say anything that I don't know. They're just the facts, even though there are many more, obviously, but I don't know that. So for me, there's going to be a lot of holes and a lot of missing pieces of a puzzle. And in no way, shape or form is that a reflection on everybody in that line of work. That needs to be really clear, because this is a system that is under very heavy control by people at the top. And if they don't want things to get done, they won't. And if they do want things to get done, they will. That's the current system. And greasing people's palms generally helps make things disappear and make things appear. So once everybody really just comes to terms with that, we'll be moving in the right kind of direction. But I think when people think about that, they feel powerless. They feel like, oh, well, this is it. And it's it's like a vicious cycle. I mean, this is insane. That if everyone had that mindset, there's not ever going to be change. There's not ever going to be movement. And change happens within people, within their mindset, within their choices. You make very different choices. That's where magic happens. And energetically, we're the ones with the power. Like, this is what people, I feel, don't really actually understand, because you've been told you're powerless. I'll try and get my words out and just finish this up. But that is insanity. Like, if you've seen what I went through and you've seen how I maneuvered and played this to be here right now, it's just amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I can't even speak. they've had enough, apparently. Yeah, I know. I'm the one who's going to sit here and sound insane just to get this truth out. Because once I put this out, that energy's out there. And it's out of me. I can cleanse this whole space with just getting this out. The truth frequency, like, does not lie. So this is actually for them, not for the general populace. This is for them to know that you've been seen, and no, I'm not going to sit down, and I'm not going to go away quietly. And I've taken a massive evolution through this whole thing, so I'm very higher perspective sort of thing. And I just actually want to reiterate the fact that I'm grateful, because I know I wouldn't normally be sitting here, and that's an absolute shock to me. And I know it's part and parcel to the way I've handled myself. And I also want to express that gratitude to whatever energy has allowed me to be here and speak this. And for anyone who's actually taken the time to give a shit, I guess. So I'm probably going to jot down some notes for next time, so that I can stick to what I want to say, because I'm still just, like I said, trying to find myself with this, and